Okay. Only a minute behind, I think. Yes, what I mean, I think. I set it at 7. It's 7:01 on my clock. Hopefully you guys are able to see this. I think it's public. Pretty sure I did it right. Let me make sure that I did it right. Live chat, yeah. All right, I think we're good. If you guys are here, please let me know. Please, please, please let me know. And I can double check myself. Got video, so that's good. If you're there in the chat, whoever you are, please let a girl know if you can hear me. I hope you can. And aside from all the technical stuff, hello, Geminis, wherever you are in the world, whether you're watching this here live, whether you're watching this back on a not repeat, but once it's uploaded to the channel, whenever, God, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this, thank you. I hope that you are well. I hope you're happy. I hope you're safe, you're secure, and everything like that. This is the birthday reading for Gemini. So if you are a Gemini and it is your birthday season, whenever your day was, if you have a question for me, go ahead and type it in the chat. I'll pull it out. Or one of my mods, if they're here, they're going to let me know that you have a question for me. We will get started in just a moment with an overview for you guys, and then we'll do some other areas of your life for you in lieu of anyone having any questions, okay? And again, I hope you guys are doing well. Why is my hand still on this mouse? Getting this whole thing set up was a little bit of a task. But let's go ahead and do an overview for Gemini at this time for Gemini's birthday season. We'll do the Golden Girls deck to start. And if you're just here hanging out for support, I appreciate. Go ahead and shout yourselves out in the chat if you want. Say hi, mingle with others, do what you need to, okay? So let's get an overall message for Gemini at this time. H.J. Montgomery, thank you so much. Thank you so much for letting me know that you can hear me. And thank you so much for joining the live. I appreciate it. H.J. Montgomery, I've read that name before. And please, I apologize. I don't remember where I read your name. If you were on a comment on a live video or if you were a commenter on a recorded video. But anyway, thanks so much for stopping by. Welcome to the party. Quoting at a party. Who knows how party you will get. Let's get a general message for Gemini right now for their birthday season. What are the messages you have for Gemini during the birthday season? And Gemini, if this is your first time viewing me, thank you so much for stopping by. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do all that fun stuff with the video and the channel. Make sure you check your playlist on the channel so you can see your birthday message that was uploaded on the first day of Gemini's birthday season. You also have your 2 pre-recorded messages each month from me. So feel free to peruse and hang around the channel. Feel free to explore, do all that fun stuff, okay? General messages for Gemini. Yeah. All right, we'll get into this. Wow. 9 of Wands. 4 of Wands. That was pretty easy. They're just like, and this one. It like kind of bent sideways in my hand there. And the Fool, okay. So I feel like in some of your cases, Knight of Wands, 4 of Wands, and the Fool secondary major for Aquarius. You could be dealing with an Aquarius. You don't have to be. For some, I think it's like really... For some, it's like traveling with family, traveling with friends or towards them, getting together, being social, things like that. Others of you, it's like a brand new relationship or something new and vibrant in your life. Like all these cards look pretty excited to me, celebrating, feeling like super thrilled about what's to come. So some of you are expecting things, some of you are making things happen at this time. I do. I feel like there's this energy of get out there, enjoy the world, enjoy people, travel. For some, it's really like heavily about travel. So I don't know if that means, packing a suitcase and like trekking across the globe. I don't know if that's like a weekend stay, at a beach house or something like that. But that the mood to be out, be around people, be celebratory, find new adventures, find new connections with people is here. Now, for some, it is involving a partnership of some type with someone that you care about, someone that you maybe live with, work with, or are close to in some type of way. So it's like a partner in crime almost for some of you is how this feels. If you want to get out there and be a little bit of a naughty boy, naughty girl, you want someone by your side who, for all intents and purposes, is going to be a ride or die type of person, isn't going to be somebody who's going to rat you out. They would be your equal. They would share in the load of whatever you're doing. That, again, it's tarot. It's a group energy with a collective reading like this. So for some of you, that's really good. This is a confidant. This is someone you can trust. This is somebody that, you guys are doing good things together. For some of you, you're doing bad things with this person, or you could get into trouble with this person, like, fun trouble maybe. It feels good, which is different than, I feel like this is different than other Gemini readings I've been doing lately, over the past several months on my channel. So for you guys, as a start, I'm not mad at this. I feel like this is really good for you. And if it's not a part of your reality, full energy, you might have to kind of sacrifice something to make it happen, because the Fool is no strings attached, right? So in order to get this freedom, to get this fun, to get this travel program underway, or whatever it is that you're trying to engage in, you might have to leave certain things behind, leave certain people behind, which again, may be good, may be bad. I don't know how that would shake out in your specific lives, in your specific situations. So the Fool here, I think, for some of you, involves some type of release from the past, release from current circumstances, release from something where, before maybe you felt tied down, maybe you felt stuck, maybe you felt prevented from doing something, maybe you felt other people were in your way. So there's something about freedom. And I don't know, maybe, in the long and the short of it, maybe some of you, or someone it doesn't have to be you, it could be someone that you're waiting on, is being freed from some type of prison or jail situation. It's part of reality. It's very common for people to have that happen. So all in all, Gemini, this doesn't look too bad to start off this live reading tonight. Feels pretty good. Okay. Nothing needs to be clarified there, so we're just going to go ahead and move along and see what else is happening for you. So that's your overview. And Gemini, if you're here live tonight and you have questions, again, pop them down into the chat box, and I or one of my moderators, if they're here, will keep track of the questions, okay? Got you. Okay, H.J. Montgomery, thank you so much for saying that. I gotta say, I'm not as involved in the channel as I should be. I don't grind the channel as much as I should. I'm just not driven to do that right now. So I appreciate you sticking around for the bare minimum that I produce for the channel. I'm very pleased that you complimented the channel and my work that way. I appreciate that. So no questions as far. That's totally okay. We will go ahead and, I'm terrible. It's only 3 different areas that I do. I know romance is last. So the first one is career and finance, and then we do health and wellness. I'm going to start to remember that after doing this for like over a year, right? So career and finance for Gemini. Which deck are we going to use? One day I'm going to get like a nice little shelf for all these cards, and they're just all going to go there, and they're not going to be strewn all over the place. Career and finance for Gemini. Ooh, here we go. Little everyday tarot. All right. Career and finance for Gemini. And HJ, how are you doing? How's everything going in your life? How's your week? How's your weekend? How's everything? How's your month? Hopefully you're doing well. Career and finance for Geminis. What are the messages for career and finance for Gemini at this time? Messages for Gemini regarding career and finance. Career and finance for Gemini. Ooh. It's like a somber feeling coming through me, like a very like hold it together kind of feeling. Career and finance for Gemini, show me. All right. Ace of Cups. Oh, that was 3 face down. They want me to get more. Oh, so that means this is going to be a little bit of a longer section, but that might be, I mean, it might be good, might not be. Okay, all that. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. So, and that was very interesting. So we have the Ace of Cups. It's all by itself. I've got 3 that came face down in a stack, 3 that came face up in a stack. Very interesting. The 3 that came face down. Oh boy. So Hermit reversed, 2 of Pentacles reversed, and the Sun reversed. And then Ace of Pentacles upright, 7 of Wands upright, and the World upright. Okay. So Hermit, Virgo energy, Sun, Leo, World, Capricorn, and also the fixed signs. So Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Could be dealing with any of those signs. Doesn't have to be. Still a general reading, my friends. So that's the word I wanted. Composure. Remember a second ago I was doing like the centering feeling or something like that. So I feel you guys are having to keep your composure in terms of career and finance. Stable, steady, they keep giving me. And the cards of stability, not the cards, but 2 cards of stability and having things under control. Hermit, 2 of Pentacles in reverse along with the Sun. For some, you've lost control of something. You've lost influence in a certain sense. You've lost the ability to control or make decisions. Like in some cases, some of you maybe have been fired, demoted. And you were maybe like, what is that called? Administrative leave or sabbatical, like more like a nicer way to say, like find the exit gracefully, something like that. I don't have the right words at this moment, but I feel like some of you have been put on notice to get your act together in your career. You've been warned that if you don't do this, that, or the other, you could see yourself unemployed. Some of you have been told if you don't get your act together, there will be repercussions. Others of you might be getting, like, I feel like you're embroiled in something. I feel like your career is on the line. You've got finances on the line. Your reputation is on the line. So you might, if you're like let's say you're independently employed, maybe you're a photographer or something like that. You don't really have a boss. You are your own boss. But I feel you've come into a recent problem with a client that is now affecting your other business. So this person and you might have bad blood on this side, and other clients, like this person or people, it doesn't even have to be a person. It could be you were working for a corporation or a company, whatever. The person who hired you or the people that hired you now are causing a stink in your life, in your personal career life, your professional life. And other people are hearing about it. And that, it's like really hurting your reputation. And so you kind of have to go on the defensive, and that's an offensive move. So it's like you're contacting other people that you've worked for in the past. And you might be typing something up to them and sending it out. You may have heard that at Gemini Inc. we have recently blah 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 blah. And we just want to assure you that this is not going to interfere with future arrangements with clients, blah blah blah. It's like you're trying to do like damage control. And a lot of this is coming from the Ace of Cups, because the Ace of Cups is, love offer, sure, but it's also about like earnest, genuine communication, apologies, trying to make amends, trying to show maturity, emotional maturity. So it could be in some cases, and I don't know the specifics. Again, I don't know the details here, but this could also be a reaction to, and again, I don't want to make it a thing, but this could be a reaction to cancel culture. So you might have a business, or as a personal individual, someone may have gone and like looked up something that you posted online in 2010, and now it's come back to bite you in the butt. Whether that's reasonable, whether that's rational, whether that's good or bad, I don't know. But it's like you are being held, for whatever reason, you are being forced to be accountable for past actions, whether it be the recent past or like decades ago. Who knows? Hermit in reverse, Two of Pentacles in reverse. These are decisions that have already been made. These are actions you've already committed to, for good or for worse, right? Sun in reverse. It's done with. And when we look at it now, in the present moment, it's not favorable. So you may have done or said something that isn't favorable to your career, to your public persona, to however you earn a living. You're being punished. World, Seven of Wands, and Ace of Pentacles. You're being punished for deeds already taken, or deeds already committed, deeds already enacted. I get the sense some of you can clean this up, you can make this work, or you can come out the other side and you'll be okay. Again, I don't know what you did, I don't know what you said, I don't know the details, but you can make this work in your favor. Others of you, it's not going to be easy, because I feel a lot of stubbornness coming from this World and Ace of Pentacles and Seven of Wands combination. I feel some of you are being defiant and maybe not apologetic when maybe you should be. Or maybe it would be best for the brand if you were to say, you know what, as an individual, I screwed up. As a company, we screwed up. As a, maybe it's a family business, maybe we were not treating a certain segment of our community, of our society the right way. Maybe we were wrong to say these things 30, 40, 50 years ago. I'm not trying to weigh in on whatever politically is going on within the story, but it feels like doing that work, being aware of how you and or your company can affect a situation or affected individual, is kind of crucial. And some of you are just like, I don't see it that way. It's not my job to be responsible for other people's feelings. And I agree with that to a certain extent, but I'm also kind of like, So I want to see I want to answer what the stubbornness is about, because I feel it. It's all over here. Like, you could make it work. Again, maybe you don't want to do it that way or say things a certain way, but I'm like, it probably would behoove you to do that. But it's like, no. I don't agree with what is being said about me. I don't agree with what people want from me. Stubbornness 4 times over, because of the fixed sign energy that's associated with the World card. Fixed signs are definitely like, I don't think so, to their own extents and in their own specific ways, but they're just like, no, I disagree. Or you're dealing with someone like this. You could be on the flip side. You could be the quote unquote the offended party, Gemini. and someone else is just like, I don't see your point, Gemini. No, I don't owe you anything. So I want to see where the stubbornness is. What's that about? And look at me making this section longer because of my curiosity. So what's going on here? Why is the stubbornness here? Okay. Strength in reverse, a Leo energy. So you might be dealing with a Leo. Strength in reverse and Six of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you, this is like a debt you owe. Like this could that it could be that. It doesn't have to be about anything political. It doesn't have to be about accountability or anything like that. This could simply be about, unpaid bills. Or unpaid wages, unpaid for the work that you've provided to a person. And now, it's so interesting. I want to go back to this idea of you being like an independent, you work for yourself, like a photographer or whatever you do. You are your own business, or you've created your own business. I feel like you might have a client who snubbed you on pay. They never paid you for your work. And now they're kind of, I don't know what that is, if it's libel or slander, but they're like lying. Like, Gemini's horrible. The job was crap. They never showed up on time. They never gave me the product that I asked for. They never did the job that they were supposed to do. Da 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 da. They weren't loyal to the contract that we signed. And you're like, the fuck, I wasn't. And like, you might not have all your paperwork or your ducks in a row to prove this person is lying. But if for some of you, this person is like dead ass lying on you and they're getting away with it. Like, because the strength in the Six of Pentacles in reverse is very unfair. And so for some of you, it's maybe that's like a petty thing that's going on. Someone's like, if you just apologize and you just say that I was right, I'll forget the whole thing. And you're like, what? You are the person who's offensive to me. You're lying to me. You didn't pay me. I don't owe you a goddamn apology. What do you mean? It's like, you could be dealing with someone like that. So I really feel in the situation, whatever was just, whatever was fair, whatever could have been the original end of the situation, the original solution is no longer an option. The original solution to any job, whether you're paying someone or they're paying you, is to be paid for your work, to be recognized for your work, and to do a good job, right? And honor your contracts and honor your commitments. And I feel a mixture of those things didn't go right, or they did, but then again, someone could be claiming, oh, it's terrible, and this is a crappy job, and I hate you, and I'm going to destroy your business. And just like, are you a freaking nut? Like, that's what I feel like. Someone here is dealing with somebody who is like, has an axe to grind, has an agenda of some type. I don't know where you are in the story here, Gemini, but that's your career in finance at this time. So it doesn't look super great. It looks like you could solve it easily with apologies and all this other kind of stuff. But in some cases, that's not even the right thing to do because you're being forced to do it. Or at least that's how you feel, or that's how someone else feels, okay? I hope that made sense. That was a lot. Like I told you, that was what? That was 9 cards. It's a lot. All right. So if you're a Gemini, happy birthday to you once again. I hope you guys have an amazing time whenever your birthday is or was. I hope it was fabulous. Hope you guys were able to get together with people safely and enjoy your day, because it is Jay's personal belief that birthdays should be your own personal national holiday, wherever you are in the world. Whatever customs you attach to birthdays, live it up. That's like, I love a birthday. Mine especially. But anyway, I hope you guys had a good time. But if you're a Gemini here tonight, if you have a question, please type it in the chat box and I will pull it from any that I see, okay? So, I need to be checking in. Mr. Android, what's up? Thank you so much for coming. I wrote it on self-published on Amazon. It hasn't sold much. What can I do to get this novel selling? There we go. I got the glasses, but they don't help that much because my eyes weren't even needing it too bad. Anyway, Or should I focus on the second novel and focus on traditional publishing? Okay, that's a very good question, HJ. I appreciate you. So let's go ahead and answer that question from HJ Montgomery regarding publishing. Ooh, go for that. Appreciate your question so much. Let's get into it. And congratulations on publishing a novel, period. You know, I fancy myself a writer. I don't write regularly. I don't write often. And I rarely write to completion. So the fact that you even made something and got it published, kudos to you. Very good job. That's very impressive. Excellent. But let's see, regarding your question specifically, whether you should focus on sales of the first novel, trying to boost sales of the first novel, or focus on publishing the second through traditional means, right? What can you do to get this novel selling? Or should she focus on the second? And I apologize. I don't know if you're identifying as male or female. So I did just say she, but apologies if you are not a she. Most people who watch tarot are she's. So it's usually a safe bet, but obviously I don't aim to offend anybody and use the wrong pronouns. Yes, we're very happy to have you here. Very happy. H.J. Montgomery. Okay, we're getting there. I think this is the last one. Yeah, they like that. They're like, yes. Sometimes it's funny, like the ways in which they give me affirmations. It's funny. All right. What can HJ do to better the sales of the first novel, or should the energy and the focus go towards publishing the second novel traditionally? Yes, okay, thank you. All right. 10 of Wands, side position. 6 of Swords, 9 of Cups in the reverse. So I get the sense, because I was really thinking about that first part of your question. So I feel like the first part is giving me a move on. Like 10 of Wands, side position, 6 of Swords, 9 of Cups. For the first book, I'm getting the sense that you need to move away from it. Maybe it's a matter of taking a break. Maybe it's a matter of, well, definitely with the 10 of Wands in the side position, unburden yourself. Try to release your stress. I don't know what the book is about. I don't know if it was a passion project. I don't know if it was very difficult to write, if it took a lot of time, if it took a lot of your energy, if it was painful in any type of way to write this first book. But I feel like there was the effort there was a lot to bear on your shoulders. And so you just possibly need a break from something. You know what I mean? Like it's anything that we put our all into: work, publishing, a career, a relationship, you know, any other type of goal or achievement that we're striving for. We put our all into it, right? To the point of exhaustion. So I feel like you've put a lot here and you might just need a time out from it. Or we could read it as simply this. It could be read that whatever the first book is isn't the one that's going to make you happy, make your dreams or wishes come true. Because the 9 of Cups in reverse, I feel like, you know, it could be you had high hopes on this book, the first one, right? And with the sales not being what you wish they were, and you're not seeing traction the way that you had hoped, this could be really like a crestfallen feeling, like disappointment, you know, I wouldn't say chop it up to a loss because I don't know the ins and outs or the details of what the book is and, what you're expecting to make back or anything like that. I don't know, the numbers here. So, and I don't know that the numbers would be relative to your happiness, but I feel like there's some, again, like a disappointment. It's not going the way you wished. It's not going the way you had hoped. And that might not be, like, I feel like it's circumstantial because Six of Swords is, yeah, it's like how we carry through a situation, how we think, what we're focused on, but also Six of Swords for me is also environmental. So based on what you're observing, you can't help but feel a certain way about it. I don't know how it works to publish on Amazon. I don't know if that's a good vehicle or a good platform for self-publishing. I know thousands, if not millions of people do it. And yeah, I just feel the environment perhaps is part of the problem. And perhaps it's more fiscally feasible to do it that way. I've never tried to publish a book, so I don't know what it costs. I don't know what are the steps to getting there, but it could be the vehicle, the environment in which you did the publishing is not the way to go. And it's done. I feel like the 10 of Wands wrapping up, 9 of Cups wrapping up. So it feels like this has been completed. As you said, the publishing has been completed and possibly the situation is completed, your work on the first book. So let's talk about the second book. How should HJ proceed with the second book? I feel the first book, I hate this phrase, but I'm going to use it because it's kind of succinct in this moment. It is what it is. I don't think that you should think about it right now. I don't think you should focus on it right now. I feel you should move away from it. So let's see what's going on with the second book. How should HJ proceed with the second book? The second book. How should HJ proceed with the second book? Good, Sun. I don't know what the first card is, but we love the Sun. When we see the Sun, especially in the upright, we definitely have something to think about. Ooh, and the Moon in reverse. Okay. The first card, 10 of Swords. Very good. So, defeat, kind of a heavy word. Maybe I shouldn't use that word, but 10 of Swords, defeat. Like, kind of being, even more disappointed in a situation or feeling all my work is for nothing, or possibly since it's swords and you've already worked on a novel before, possibly realizing what you have to, like, knowing the mountain you're going to have to climb with the second book, especially if you're thinking of doing so in a more traditional way and seeking publication that way. Okay. The work is cut out for you, I feel. 10 of Swords and the Moon. Moon in reverse. I think this could be, a wake-up call. This could be, cold water on your face kind of thing. You might I think you might have to accept some hard truths, maybe with the content of the book, because again, I don't know what you did with publishing the first time around. I don't know if you had an editor work with you at all. I don't know what you did. But in the second book, it feels like there will be much more asked of you. You will be pushed harder. You might feel, again, I don't know the context of either book, but let's say it was fiction, and I'll read your comments after. But let's say it was fiction. And with anything that's fiction, anything that you publish, like it's a part of you, right? You're putting yourself, whether it's pure fantasy or nonfiction, whether it's, a retelling of your life, like a memoir or something like that, you're putting yourself on this page. And I feel if you go the traditional route, it usually involves working with an editor. And editors, from what I understand, their job is not to be nice. Their job is not to be your friend. Their job is to be a critical eye to help you get this book to some stage or some form that is accessible to readers. So if this editor, this is all hypothetical. I don't know if you're doing this. I don't know if you will do this, but there's this feeling of someone criticizing, attacking you, making you feel less than. I apologize if you can hear the squeaking of the chair. I really need to get like some WD-40. Anyway, yeah, I just feel this. You might take criticism hard, or the person you're dealing with they play hardball and they don't mince words. They don't use euphemisms. They're very like blunt and they're very straight up. And I feel that's good though, because of the sun in the middle here. So it might be some tough criticism that in the moment sucks to hear. And it's a lot more to deal with if you're working in a partnership with someone, with a publishing company or something like that, versus doing it all by yourself. So it's like you're trading in one burden for another, because the 10 of Wands, the first book, which was all you, right? You did all that work. And now you're inviting in other people, which brings in another set of problems. So before, you made all the decisions, you approved changes, you decided what needed to be, X'd out of the book, what needed to be added, how long, how short, You did all those decisions. Now, if you work alongside other people, it's a different set of issues. And I think you can handle it, but I also think it might hurt your confidence a little bit. And maybe not your confidence, maybe your ego. Those are two different things. You know what I mean? So I think the second book, if you were to do traditional publishing, and also look at how the sun is in this card. It's a depiction of the universe, our universe, right? Or excuse me, our galaxy, I should say. So it's like, I'm getting like far reaching. So I'm getting the sense that if you can successfully publish with a publisher, you might be able to reach more people than if you did so independently, right? And I don't know who you might be thinking of working with. They might give you tips and tricks. They might, you might observe, like, how do they do their marketing? And maybe the second time around, you would learn a thing or two from them just by observation. And then maybe the third or the fourth book, you could go back to self-publishing, something like that. But I get the sense that with the moon in reverse, stark reality, no escape into la la land, no bullshit, right? Harsh, but helpful is what this feels like. Okay? So that is the answer that the cards have provided. I don't think I want to clarify anything. Let me double check. Let me put that back down. Because I think the top line you understand. You know what you did. You know how much work you put, what work you put in. You know where you cut corners. Like, I feel like that situation is a good foundation, a good keystone to build off of. And this next time around, you might have bigger lessons to learn. You might have more things coming to you that are a challenge, but I think you can handle it. Yeah, I don't think I need to clarify anything, right? No, they're like, yeah, we're good. Okay? HJ, I hope that was helpful to you. And again, congratulations on publishing the book, period. I'm jealous. Not jealous, but I'm really, I admire anybody who can write something at length to completion. I've got plenty of good ideas in my noggin. They just don't come out. They just don't come out. Oh boy. Oh wow. Oh gosh, you guys have been busy. Oh my god, my nose. Apologies, my nose was itching there a little bit. Thank you. Ah, women's fiction. Gotcha. Passion project. Okay. Traditional publishing does marketing if you can get a literary agent. Okay. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be harder to get that insight to connect with a literary agent. But if you can, if you've got an inside track to get one, and you can afford the time and the fee, might be worth it. Yeah. All right. My note. Am I gonna sneeze? No. but there's like a tickle a little bit in my nose there. Anyway, so we're going to move on now. What did we do? Career and finance. We had a question. So now we're going to move on and do health and wellness. So health and wellness for Gemini, please. I can't stand this chair. And I apologize that it's making that horrible noise. Health and wellness for Gemini over here somewhere. Ooh, yeah. All right. Housewives Tarot. One of my favorite decks. One of my oldest decks, too. Ooh, you know, I should go back and I should look at like what the first deck. Well, I know what the first deck I got was, but like the second or the third, I should go back and look at it. And thank you so much for your question, HJ. I apologize. I hope that was helpful. Thank you for sharing your story with me and Sir Android there. And good luck with the novel, girl. Or sir, I forgot. We didn't confirm your pronouns, but good luck with the second novel. Health and wellness for Gemini, please. Health and wellness for Gemini. Thank God it wasn't like a big spill out of my hands. Health and wellness for Gemini. You are a she. Got you. Good. Thank you. God, my nose. I wonder what that means, because I don't have allergies. I'm not that person. I'm not a person with that type of allergy. Dairy, however. All right. Health and wellness for Gemini. Show me. Ooh. I saw you while I was shuffling, you son of a bitch. Okay. I caught this between my fingers. We'll take it. Why not? Why not? I am going to sneeze. God. I hate it. I don't like doing that. All right, anyway. So, 7 of Cups, reverse. Tower, reverse. That's what I saw when I was pre-shuffling. Well, not pre-shuffling, when it had the cards in my hand. Queen of Wands in the upright. And 6 of Swords in the reverse. What's up? It's a lot of reversals. What's up? And the deck is upright. Well, because of the look of the Queen of Wands being the only card in the upright, I feel some of you Geminis, you've got a person, people around you, like basically telling you, come on, Gemini, get your shit together. You know? A lot of you possibly, or this is how you are to somebody that you care about. It doesn't have to be, you know, you're the person who's not doing what you need to do. But like someone here is just not on the ball. You're not helping your own circumstances. 7 of Cups in reverse, Tower in reverse, 6 of Swords in reverse. You know, where you do have options, where you do have choices, you believe you don't have any. You ignore the possibilities of what to do, how to change, how to improve. You know, someone may suggest something to you. Hey, Gemini, go see this specialist, or why don't you look into this type of diet? Why don't you look into this type of activity for health and wellness? You know, try yoga. And some of you guys are like, fuck yoga. And just like, okay. It's like very much not interested in how to take care of yourself. You know, you guys have your reasonings. Everybody has their reasonings when this kind of energy appears. But I feel it's not going to remove the problem. The sticking point here in this reading is the Tower in reverse, Gemini. Tower, upright or reverse, is still going to happen. To me, Tower is similar to the Sun, because you'll hear readers say the Sun is the most positive card, but when you reverse it, it's just a little less so, or it's delayed in some type of way, right? I feel the Tower is very similar. When it's in the upright, we hate it and we're very frightened by it, or we're kind of skeeved out by it. When it's in the reverse, it doesn't necessarily mean it's not going to occur or it's not going to show up in your life. And I kind of feel like that's what some of you are hoping. If I ignore my problems, if I ignore the options I have to take care of my problems, then it'll just go away. And then you've got another person over here, Queen of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, basically saying, come on, man, come on, friend, get your act together, take care of yourself, go to the doctor, take your medication, eat right, sleep right, do what, whoever this is, a friend, a professional, I don't know. And they're like, come on. And you're just still going, nah, I'd rather not. Six of Swords in reverse, not engaging in that energy, not engaging in that conversation, not hearing that advice, not hearing that criticism, getting as far away from it as possible. Because even though it's in the reverse, when you look at it in the upright, look at that woman and how she's just like, see you later, bye, got my bag, I'm just going to go this way, bye. So there's this avoidance big time in this sector of your life. Now, for some of you, listen, we all have our reasons. So I'm not here to get into your, to suggest what you should or should not do, but I'm getting the sense of like, I used to say this when I first started this channel, ostriching. Why do I say that? Because I don't even think these animals do this in real life. I'm judging all of this off of a Warner Brothers cartoon or Disney cartoon, but I think it was Warner Brothers. I feel like Warner Brothers, they used to animate this ostrich bird, and the ostrich would put its head in the ground, bury its head in the sand, literally. Like, I feel like I've seen a cartoon where the ostrich is being chased, or there's some dire situation that the ostrich is facing, and the solution that it comes up with is to put its head in the ground. Like, that's what I feel is going on here. So for some of you, you do nothing with your choices. You don't even acknowledge they exist, and therefore you don't act on anything. There's a conversation to be had with a friend or professional where you could get some good insight, get some good advice, get some good references, referrals, whatever you need. And you avoid that conversation. The moment someone says, hey, Gemini, did you ever think about going here? You're like, well, I'm going to leave Gemini has left the chat. It's that kind of thing. And you have your reasons. You have your reasons for this. Like, I feel it's very personal. For some of you, this is like about your mental health, and you don't want people weighing in on your mental health. It's like very touchy to you. For some of you, it's about your physical health, possibly your weight in a very specific manner. That's a very sensitive subject for many people, how much you weigh and what your body looks like. It could be superficial. Doesn't even have to be, well, doesn't have to be, because it's all sensitive to an individual. But some of you are like, your family members or your friends are like, you could see a plastic surgeon for that. And you're like, what the fuck? What? I thought we were friends, Mom. Why would you suggest I go see a plastic surgeon? It's like that. Or it could be very serious in that some of you have procedures or you've had diagnoses that have led to certain information being revealed about what's going on with you. And if you don't go down the road or the route, thank you, of treatment, medication, surgeries, your chances of recovery or avoiding further illness or trouble is increased. And that's your choice, but I feel your friends, your loved ones do not appreciate that choice of yours. Very interesting. So this is possibly for some of you, your health is degrading, and people around you who care about you are encouraging you to do your best to fight against that. And you're kind of like, I'd rather just let it be. And that's your choice. I don't know you personally. And even if I did, which is funny, I recently had a discussion about this a few weeks ago with friends, none of whom were Geminis. But, our friends circle kind of agrees. It's just like, it's your choice what to do with your life. But, you don't have to agree with us or me in that vein. But that's what I'm seeing here is somebody who, in terms of health and wellness, doesn't want to think about it, doesn't want to address it, doesn't want to, weigh the options, doesn't want anyone else's opinion. Just head in the sand, forget it, out of sight, out of mind. And that's a very temporary fix because, again, the tower is in reverse. You've only delayed the inevitable. Not to be, the bearer of like tragic news, but like that's what I'm feeling here. You're only delaying the inevitable, whatever that means to you, to what degree that affects your situation, I don't know, but that's what this feels like. Okay. So good luck with that, Gemini. I personally believe if you want your health to be a priority in your life, you will make it a priority in your life. We all have our different struggles with that. And, barring knowing the specifics, I want you to make choices that are good for you. Okay. So yeah, that's your health and wellness. If you're a Gemini and you have a question, shoot it into the chat box. My mod will catch it for me. He'll wrangle it in on a reel, and I'll answer it as soon as I can. Let's check the chat box now. Jackie, hello. Thank you so much for your question and welcome. Am I going to graduate from my therapist course in the 6-month minimum? And what happens then with work? I know I've done work already, but I was late. Jackie, thank you so much for your question and welcome to the Gemini Live. Let's see what's going on. And Jackie, happy birthday. It is Gemini season. Hope you, whenever your birthday was, you have an amazing time. And same thing to you, HJ. I apologize. I didn't say that earlier. For Jackie, will she graduate the therapist program? And what happens after? Ooh, yes. It's been a minute. And thank you, Sir Amir, for doing the moderating. I appreciate you, boob. Boob? Boop. Boop. You're not a boob. You're a boop. All right. For Jackie, please graduate from the therapist course in the 6-month minimum. And what will happen then with work? For Jackie, will she graduate the therapist course in 6 months? If so, what happens after? Ooh, I feel very invigorated. Feel pretty intense. Like my solar plexus is very full at this moment. Interesting. Okay. For Jackie, please. Will she graduate the therapist course in the 6-month minimum? That's a lot. Is that what we're taking? That's a lot. Yes. Okay. Just wanted to be sure. Now I just need to figure out which way it's going to span out on the table. Yes. Okay. Boom. 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, Father of Swords, 8 of Wands, Yeah. 8 of Wands and then the Moon. Pisces energy with the Moon, Father of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Could be dealing, don't have to be. I feel like the feeling and the wording they're giving me here is like cash out, payment, bill paid, something fiscally, financially is completed. So presumably you paid for this course and you've got a 10 and a 9 next to each other. So those are 2 signs of completion. So it feels like the completing within 6 months feels on board, feels correct. The after and the total of this, it's not easy. You've paid to be there. You're committed to being there. The 9 of Swords for me is hard work, anxiety over hard work, anxiety over what you don't know. Moon here, also what you don't know, but still having connectivity to it. You can't unshake from it. So I feel the completion, yes. Is it going to be easy? No. Are you going to know what you're doing every step of the way? No. You will have doubts. You will have possibly, I don't want to say adversarial energy, but I do feel complexities. So you might encounter a professor, or I don't know how the coursework is set up, but you might work alongside someone or several people, a group of people. I don't know. Again, I don't know the structure of the course. And there could be tension there between you and others. That makes it a little bit harder for you to completely feel comfortable in what you're doing. Father of Swords could be a critical, again, mentor, professor, whoever's in charge, or the people that you work with. Incredibly critical, incredibly analytical, possibly a know-it-all. We see an owl here, and what do we think of when, or what do we associate with owls? We associate great volumes of knowledge, So you might be dealing with people who are very learned in the field, but they don't have the greatest people skills. You might work you might be doing clinical work, and so the people that you're working alongside in your clinical work, they're a little bit of a piece of cake. And 8 of Wands here, communication. So tons and tons of communication in this sector right now. Moon, I feel over here, there's a lot of darkness here. Okay, so these first 2 cards, just to show you the coloring of them, right? It's got the 10 of Pentacles is full of color, and the 9 of Swords, even though it's kind of grotesque, you could still kind of make it out. It's not too shadowy, right? Over here, it's a little shadowy. Not a little, a lot. All the darkness there, all the black that's in these cards. So there is sketchiness or uncertainty looming in the situation. Could be anchored to a person, Father of Swords. It could be, I don't want to say it's 100% tied to, I don't know if you were here, Jackie, for the career and finance reading that I did earlier. When the video is over, you can jump back and you can reverse. Actually, you could probably reverse it now if you wanted to after your reading and look at that sector. But that was very dicey for Geminis, because it was feeling like Gemini has put in work and should be rewarded, should be given what they're owed. But you might find a person or people that you're dealing with will keep something from you out of spite, out of pettiness. Something like that was coming through. You should be rewarded for a job well done in some sense. And this is about school, so it's not 100% career. So that's why I don't know. I don't want to link it so strongly with that previous reading, but I'm getting the sense here that you should have clear sailing because of the work you've put in thus far. But over here, I feel competition. Eight of Wands is giving me that. I feel opinion, if not competition, like a panel of people, a collective of people have differing ideas of what should transpire. So maybe you have to pass some type of interview board to be certified. I don't know. And the moon, it's very uncertain. So I think this is your feeling, or what you're going to be able to observe in the situation, is that things are not super. What should be clear and understood, what should kind of work like it should go a certain pathway, it should follow certain steps. You're not being given clear indication that it's going to go that route. You have reason to be doubtful, reason to be skeptical. People are not giving you indicators like you would want, like you would hope. So I actually want to know more about the moon card, because that, again, is what we don't know, what we don't see, what we don't have clarity on. So let's see what we can find out, because the work and the effort and the money paid for the coursework is all set. And you diving in and putting in your effort, that's there. But will you be able to translate your effort in the course into actual work in the field? It's very cloudy over here. It's very, very dark over here. So let's clarify the moon specifically. And I'm not going to take that because I wasn't fully into the energy yet. So let's clarify the moon, please, for Jackie. Why is the moon here for Jackie? Clarify the moon. I don't like this. I feel I was saying that as a reader, and then I was also reflecting your feeling. I don't like this. The fact of not knowing, the fact of being sort of put in the dark or kept away from certain information. Like, it's unprofessional, maybe. So it could be something like that, where if this is a graded course that you're going through, you simply might want to know how well you're doing in a course, or how well you did on a certain assignment or whatever, and your professor isn't giving you any indication. And it's just like, I don't like this. It's unprofessional. It's not typical of, it's not following expectations. If I'm in a course, if I'm being graded, if I'm doing clinical work, and I'm supposed to be sat down with and given a review or go over, my recent caseloads, it's not happening. So I don't like this is coming through here. So let's see about the moon again. Sorry about that. For Jackie, please give me clarification on the moon. Why is the moon here? Eight of Pentacles. Okay, you're working. We know that already. Eight of Pentacles. And, I did see you. Nine of Pentacles. And Five of Wands. So, is this like a ranked thing? Is this like a percentile thing? Only a certain percentage of people in the course are allowed to pass, allowed to be certified, something like that. Like only 80% of people who go through this make it to completion, make it to graduation, something like that. There's like a ranking here, competition ranking. So if you have to go up against other people, that could be the confusing part. That could be the part that you're kept in the dark about, is how you compare to others. How that's going, and then how's that going to affect you coming out of the coursework, going into the workforce, going into actual practice. I feel you're doing what you're supposed to do, but you might be dealing with a person or several people who have to, or they just normally keep things in the dark, keep people in suspense. And you might not be a naturally competitive person, or maybe this type of competition isn't your cup of tea. It makes you uncomfortable, or You might feel confident, but at the same time, because you're not being given indication of how well you're doing along the way, that could be a problem. Or that could be the source of like this anxiety, this source of feeling out of sorts, feeling worried about what happens next. But you have the Nine of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. Those are very auspicious in terms of like having comfort in your physical life, having comfort in your physical surroundings, having comfort and contentment fiscally. I've been saying fiscally today as opposed to financial. So, but whatever. So I'm not seeing the reality of the situation is what you should worry about. I feel it should work out well for you. It's just the bridge between here and there is murky, shadowy, you know? I don't know about you. I would prefer to cross a bridge in the daytime with full light as opposed to, deep darkness where I can't see where I'm going. Does that make sense? So I think that's what's going on here. You can't see where you're going, but I feel like you're going in the right direction. See? And let me show you these cards because, again, ranking, things kind of elevating, right? We're going step by step by step, increasing. Eight of Pentacles, which is good. You're putting in the work. You're doing your due diligence. But at the same time, Nine of Pentacles, you feel like you're stuck in a spider's web because you're not being given the clarity which would help affirm that you're on the right path, you're doing the right things, you're being reviewed and rated according to the effort that you're putting in. So that Nine of Pentacles in traditional tarot interpretations is great. We love a Nine of Pentacles moment, but the illustration is kind of like, I'm stuck. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing, Oh, wait, did I have that wrong? Is that Seven of Pentacles? Wow, look at me. I'm terrible. Keep what I said because what I said was true and genuine. But this is Seven of Pentacles, my bad. And this is Eight of Pentacles. I still go with that though, with everything that I said, the increasing, because Eight of Pentacles is about hard work put in. And you do still have it. But instead of the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Seven. We still like that. Nine of Pentacles, you take that off, the whole like rewarded and like feeling comfortable. So maybe that's it. Maybe you're not going to feel comfortable through this process, but I still get the sense of like you're putting in the right work to get where you need to go. That I love this illustration of the Seven of Pentacles. I apologize for not reading it. I was going off of the picture alone. I was like, oh yeah, that's the Eight. No, it's the Seven. I'm terrible. But this increase. If we reinterpret this as the Seven, which is what it is, it's still due diligence because Seven of Pentacles is an inventory check. So here you are doing an inventory check, getting a reading on the situation with me. So you're checking the temperature of the situation, wanting to make sure you're not wasting your time. And Eight of Pentacles still is that effort, but being kind of locked into it or feeling, again, not having a clear path or not having a clear sight that you're doing the work in the correct way. I hope the Nine of Pentacles is in your future. So I apologize for not reading that correctly for you, but the sentiment is still there. I think you're being kept in the dark on purpose. It might be a part of the way the course is designed. It may be how the professors or the professor or whoever you're working with, it's just their way of operation. The five of Wands, I don't know if you're into that. I don't know if you care about the competition. It's there, but I think it's nothing you can't handle. Fives are easily surmounted, okay? Jackie, that was a long one. I was very long-winded there, but hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully that gives you the answer that you needed. I really, because of the clarification that we pulled on the moon, I think it's just something you're going to have to grin and bear. the uncertainty of the moment, or the criticism that you might find, or the know-it-alls and the snooty people who maybe don't treat you very nicely in the clinic that you're in, the clinicals that you're working in, or whatever. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, that's your reading, Jackie. Thank you so much for your question. I will now check in to the chat and see what's going on with that. I'm a poet. Oh, June 15th. Happy birthday coming up. I hope you have a great day. Oh, Pisces rising. Happy birthday. These people are from London. I'm from Alabama. Oh, it's an online course. It's more spiritual therapist type of course. Uh, Not a competitive person. All right. You're welcome, Jackie. No problem. HJ, we're going to circle back to your question since you've already asked one. I usually do one per person. So if we have time at the end, if the energy's still going, I'll come back to you. We've been going at this for over an hour because I'm a very chatty lady. So we're going to do love and romance next for the general collective. And then if there's time and energy and no other questions, I'll come back and I'll answer you. Okay. So let's do love and romance for Gemini. Maybe you'll get some insight from this reading, HJ. Love and romance for Gemini. Which deck, please? And again, Jackie, thank you so much. Happy birthday to you in the was it 2 days from now? 3 days from now? What day is it? 2 days. Love and romance for Gemini. I think I've there's a bunch of other cards like on the other side of the mic, and they're like, don't even look over there. Because normally I will pull decks from anywhere in the room. I can't get my eyes off of this one, so we're gonna do Light Seers Tarot. Let's do it. And Sir Amir, thank you so much for modding. You're the best. Love and romance for Gemini. And if you guys are new to the channel and you haven't subscribed before, if you've never seen me before, my name is Jay. I am the reader here on EmpathicFire. If you have a question and you're a Gemini, go ahead and pop it down into the chat. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel before, please hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this reading, if you enjoy my vibe as a reader, or if you just want to support a girl, that'd be great. Love and romance for Gemini, please. I don't want to sneeze again, please. I don't want to do that. Love and romance for Gemini at this time. Thank you. That's good. I like that. And Jackie, good luck in your course, by the way. I apologize. I totally didn't say that. I hope it goes well. I wish you total, complete, top of the line success. There it is. Two of Pentacles. Making choices. And now it's like kind of sticky. Okay. That's a stack. But they're like, nope, and there's more. They're like, and there's more. Wonder what's going on in the Gemini energy / astrology right now. Because I like to do, because I'm, like I said, I am a talker. I like to do 3-4 card spreads. You guys are getting so many cards tonight. It's kind of ridiculous. So I wonder what's going on with you astrologically. So 2 of Pentacles. Then you've got, like this, Knight of Swords, Hierophant, Ace of Pentacles, Fool, Seven of Swords. Holy hell. And then you pop out in your own reading as the Lovers in the love portion of your reading. So, number one, choices. We're making choices. And that's kind of on both sides. Two of Pentacles over here, Lovers over here. So some of you, you've got someone in your sights or you're in their sights, but there's friction along the way. This is not an easy ride. This is not a simple love match. It's complex. I gotta say, I'm not a fan of what I'm feeling. What I'm seeing, it's not terrible, but what I'm feeling is kind of, it's a little dramatic. It's a little, I hate using this word sometimes, toxic. It's a little, all the passion, none of the sensibility. All the fire, none of the groundedness. And that's for various reasons, which is, nicely all, thrown together in that middle pile there. But you have a person in your sights or you're in their sights, and it's very much a what could be. How can we take this thing to the next level? How can we get this relationship up on its feet? Some of your situations, how can we get this relationship started again? It's different specifics to each of your situations. But I tell you what, I don't like that it's not real, or you or them. Somebody here is intangible. Somebody here is not. They're hard to pin down. They're hard to bring into reality or meet up with or have a serious conversation with. This person or you has a hard time playing an adult in the situation. Knight of Swords energy, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Full energy here, Aquarius, where there's seriousness in the mix here. Hierophant, Taurus energy, Ace of Pentacles. Sure, we could have a real thing, but we got a lot of energy in this collection here that speaks to no strings attached, speaks to I'm my own person, speaks to I don't set up shop, I don't put down roots, speaks to you could be one of many. Some of you simply have a player on your hands, somebody who romances you when they're with you, but when they're not with you, they're romancing somebody else. And maybe you're okay with that. In some of your situations, this is like a new normal of relationship type. So you could be in an open relationship, you could be ethically non-monogamous, and maybe that works for you or works for them, but maybe one or both of you isn't really telling the full truth of that, or you have a struggle with making that relationship legitimate in the eyes of friends and family or society at large. Lots of different ways we can read all this, right? Hopefully that resonates with you guys. But what I'm sensing here is there is a desire to have something connected, more solid, more grounded, more stable. And there's another energy that is a disruptor of that upsets that, wants to flip the table on that, run away from that, dismantle that, ignore that. And I don't really know where you are in the situation, Gemini. I don't know if you're the person who wants the commitment, who wants things to be solid, or if you're the person who's just like, let's just play it cool. Let's play it easy breezy. Let's not get too entangled here. Or if you're the person who is witnessing a friend or a family member go through this in their relationship, and you're a part of the Hierophant energy where you have your ideas of what a relationship should be. You have your ideas of what traditions should be upheld. You have your standpoint on what is acceptable for your friend because you do care and love for them, and you're like, listen girl, he's not treating you right. Listen guy, she's not treating you right. He's not treating, whatever. And you have a critical outside opinion, but you're not actually living in the center of the story. That's for some of you. Wherever you are in the story though, the passion is not denied. You can't deny that you're attracted to them, that they're attracted to you, that these two people that you're watching living out this kind of a mad relationship, they have some type of spiritual, glue that holds them together. But just because that is apparent in a situation or observable in a situation, true in a situation, doesn't mean that it's healthy. What did I say earlier when I saw this lover's card? Which I don't like saying this word because I think it's a little cliched sometimes. But I did say this is a possible toxic relationship. You don't, and the lover's card is one of the cards of soulmates. I'm not doing my caveat anymore. So if you've been with me, you know what I mean. But people can kind of twist that word and make it try to fit into a scenario or fit a definition that isn't necessarily fully true, or rather doesn't embody the intensity or the complexity, excuse me, of a relationship. Oh, that's my soulmate. What do you mean? What kind of soulmate? What are you talking about? We're talking karmic soulmate? Are we talking, a past life soulmate? Like, what do you mean? There's different types, and they all have different purposes and different reasons in your life. And soulmate, again, I'm not giving my caveat, but soulmate does not equal forever, period, in the physical. It might equal forever in a more spiritual sense, but in terms of the physical, soulmate does not always equal forever. And I think that is a general misinterpretation and misunderstanding of that word. So this could be your soulmate, but it could still be toxic as fuck. So for some of you, that's what you're facing. And whichever side you're on, how intense that toxicity is, I don't know. But what I sense here is neither person wants to be done with the other. Let's put it that way. Neither person wants to truly be done with the other person. Because as much as someone might be running away, someone else chases after them. As much as somebody wants to put down roots, somebody comes along and rips those roots right out of the ground as like a playful thing. This is the vibe of the relationship. Someone builds something up, someone comes and knocks it down. Someone puts something on, someone turns it off. It's like this back and forth thing that is elusive or excuse me, alluring is the word I want. Alluring. It's like foreplay or some shit. It's very weird as the outside person reading this, because I understand this type of love as a very young love. And I guess it's whoever wants the deepness, the rootedness, the groundedness. I don't know why you would expect that, because you have someone here who doesn't play that at all. For whatever reason, whether it's healthy or not for them to behave this way, they're just not going to do that. So if you're asking for a commitment, Gemini, from this person, you are asking the wrong person. Or you're asking for the wrong type of commitment. Again, they could be, all right, I'm committed to you, but I also believe in open relationships. I'm poly, I'm whatever. And you're like, I kind of come from like a Roman Catholic background and I don't play that. So what do you do with that? Will you or they be happy in that understanding, in that connection? If both of you are very steadfast and very committed to your own beliefs of what a relationship looks like, Hierophant energy. Gemini, you do with that what you must. I don't really see an outcome. I just see the position of, are we doing this or not? Are we on or are we off? Are we serious or are we just friends who like to get busy every once in a while? There's like this unknown thing happening here, and both parties are kind of like curious of what's going on, but not having hard discussions, not having those deep understandings of each other to know whether or not this is actually beneficial to us. All you and this person know is that you're attracted. They're intense when you need them to be intense. They're sexy when you need them to be sexy. They're fun when you need them to be fun, and vice versa. Like that surface part of the relationship is perfect. But the deeper you go, it gets weirder, or it gets harder, or it gets ugh, drama. And I don't know. Not a fan, personally. Maybe this is, checking all your boxes, go to town. But for me, as the outside person, I don't get this because, again, it could be a soulmate, but soulmate is not forever. This person has a purpose in your life, yes, but I don't know what that I'm not seeing someone whose purpose is to be by your side forever in this lifetime. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. All right, Gemini, so that's your reading for love and romance. I hope that helped. Good luck. I mean, it's probably not all that bad because the toxicity wasn't like, I wasn't sensing like abuse. I wasn't sensing like dark and dreary personality types. I wasn't sensing destructive behavior. I was just sensing non-committal. And that to many people is very hurtful. Maybe in some ways we could interpret that as abuse. For a person to be non-committal, especially if you've known them a long time and they know that's what you want and they kind of dangle it on a carrot in front of your face. So maybe you can interpret that as abuse, but I wasn't sensing toxicity that you need to run for the hills from. I was just sensing a bunch of drama and a bunch of game playing that nobody has time for. But maybe you have time for it. I don't, but maybe you do. Let's see what we've done here. Thank you, HJ, for your understanding. Jackie, and thank you for the $10. Very much appreciated. I do appreciate that so much. Never expected anyone to put donations towards the channel or anything like that. So thank you, Jackie, so much for that. My child's father, who I thought was a twin flame, has yet to even deal with our almost 2-year-old daughter. Ridiculous, Jackie. That is very extremely shitty. I don't like that because I'm not a parent, but if I ever was in a situation where a child was to be created out of a relationship, I would be through the roof if the other person was just like, and I'm out. Like, nah, baby, we made a baby, so you're gonna have to show up. Ooh, you have my sympathies, girl. Thank you. Oh, and thank you, Amir, for doing the explaining the live situation. Yes, we do a live once a month for each zodiac sign, usually about the middle of the month on a Sunday now. I moved it from Saturdays to Sundays. Since now my Saturdays are I'm expected to be somewhere else. But anyway, so we moved it to Sundays once a month. And so next will be Cancer. If you happen to be a Cancer, or you've got a Cancer friend, you tell them to see me in July, okay? We'll go back to HJ's question. HJ, if you're still here, I'm going to jump to your love question. And then once that's over, we're going to wrap it up. So love question from HJ. I'm very spiritual and get a lot of info about others through my dreams. In 2017, I met a young man who was very attracted to me. I realized that I had several dreams about him in 2015. Go ahead. We love some clairsentience and some clairvoyance. He's very attractive. I kept my distance, but we communicated online. We developed feelings via distance. But as a Reiki master, I felt a sexual addiction with him. Our cycle doesn't feel completed, is it, girl? Don't we hate it? Don't we hate an uncompleted cycle? Oh, oh, I hate an uncompleted cycle. Anyway, let's see for HJ and her cycle completion with the young, attractive man. It might be line strident because my eyes just like boom fell right on it. Let's double check for HJ, please. Yeah. Ooh. Hello, haunted house. Which one? It's between these two decks. Ooh, it's like 50-50, which I think might be an indicator of what's going on, but let's see. Ooh, that was fun. That was kind of cool. All right, so we're going to use the Line Strider deck for you, HJ. Regarding the young man, is the cycle complete with HJ and the young man? And we might have to do like a little fun exchange, HJ, if you're open to it. I would be curious because I got some stuff I got to clean up in my love sector myself. So we might have to link up in some type of way if you'd be into it. Because trying to put some things in the dustbin, if you know what I mean. All right, so for HJ, is the cycle, excuse me, with the young man from 2017 complete? The distance attractive man. Is the cycle complete? They're giving me a no in my brain, and they threw like 3 or 4 different songs at me about like round, like things just going over and over and over again, spinning globes and stuff like. But let's see what the cards say, just to confirm. Last one, thank you. Is the cycle over? King of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Very sexy. All right, so we'll start with those 3. Pretty simple. King of Wands, 7 of Wands, ooh, and the 8 of Swords. No, not yet. I feel, I mean, you know, it's kind of weird to say, but I think that's a pretty sexy looking lion, you know? Like sexy, virile, strong, like a lot of, I could be saying this wrong, but like a lot of chi energy or I forget how it is, but like that yang energy, that like potent sexual energy is coming through with the King of Wands. So, and it could be mutual, but it's definitely strongly on one side or the other. It could be reciprocated, but it's not an equal reciprocation. So let's quantify it. If you were attracted to him on a scale of 1 to 10, if you were into him at like a 7, he's into you at like a 12. Or if you're flirting with him on a 7, he's flirting with you on a 15. Like he's making it so obvious, or vice versa. Whoever's doing it, I think you said it was him, right? He sense the sex addiction on his side, so he is a very virile, potent individual. Has a lot of sacral, like, I don't want to make it weird, but I'm gonna make it weird for a second because it's kind of there on the card. Like he probably like tells you often how, like, if it turns to a sexual conversation, or even if it's not, even if you're over here talking about what you did, like what you had for brunch today, he's all like, oh man, I'm so hard for you right now. And you're like, bitch, I just told you about pancakes. What are you talking about? It's like that. It's like anything at any time can become a sexual encounter for him. Which is attractive, but disconcerting. 7 of Wands. We don't want to play into that at all times. Because, I mean, look at that goat, right? Look at the goat. Can you see its eye? Yes. Oh, that's such a good focus this time around. Thank you, camera. So look at the eye of the goat. First of all, tippy toe on that rock side, right? Like, oh God, all my little 4 hooves have to stand on this small little platform or whatever. And look at its eyes. It's so scared. And then that fox or whatever that ravenous little animal is down in the corner is just like, I'm going to eat you alive. It's like that. And maybe he says things like that. I'm going to eat you alive. I'm going to slam you until your back is snapped in two. And it's just like, I don't want to die from sex. Calm down. You know? It's like, that's great, but that's also kind of scary. That's also like disconcerting. It's off-putting. Like, you are so into me that you would cause me physical harm. This is flirting to you, you know? And I don't know if that's the vibe, but it is very intense. A lot of oranges, a lot of reds, a lot of yellows. So this guy lives in his lower chakras, right? So he lives in the red. He's very rooted, and he's attached to his carnal. He's attached to his sensuality. He's very much able to give that energy out with his lit up sacral, right? And the solar plexus he has that confidence. He knows that he's very accomplished in this way. Your concern, as you should be, is, well, what else you got? Eight of Swords. That's limited. That's a knot, right? That energy isn't fully aligned because he's not lit up all the way through the main chakras, right? So sure, your lower 3, they function. What about the others, baby? So your concern, is this over? Is this cycle over? I don't think so, because his intention feels very, even if he's entertaining other people, if he has other partners, other people that he's involved in, he's still very much, but I want you too. That's kind of what I was saying in that in the with the Light Seers deck just a moment ago in the Love and Romance. Like, yeah, I got a lot for you, but I got a lot for her, for him, whatever. You know, this is somebody who has a lot to give. And so I don't know if you would be turned off by that primarily, but assuming, because you said you're a spiritual person, that person, even though he's strong and he's virile with the guns and he has a very firm place, again, I feel he's also very good with his root chakra. I feel he's very well rooted. So maybe, is he successful? He also is limited in that. He's so rooted that he can't move. He's so rooted that he's only the master of a few things, and other things he's completely inept. He's completely the novice in other areas, in other concerns of his life. That is not the making of a balanced love relationship. I don't have to tell you that. You know that. And so, is the cycle between you two over? No, because I feel he very much can continue to pull either you back, or, you know, as you know, often dreams are invasive because it's the other person calling out. And so they show up because they called out. And you're like, I'm not trying to talk to you, but here you are in my subconscious. So like, what's the deal, baby? And he's coming with the same old stuff. I want you. Well, okay, I want you too, but what else you got? I want you. I know that. What else would you like to say? I want you a lot. What else do you want to say to me? You know, it's things like this. So I don't feel it's over until, well, I shouldn't say until. I don't know what kind of conversations you have with this person. Like, I don't really, well, that's the human me. Like, just have a conversation, tell somebody. And then at the bottom of the deck, death, transformation. So something does have to transform here. So let's see, how would the cycle end? If assuming you want to get the cycle wrapped up, let's ask the question. How can HJ get this cycle wrapped up? If she wants to put an end to the cycle, how can she wrap it up? Because I feel his intensity, that, whether he knows it or not, that very intense mastery, I'll call it, that he has of those lower chakras, ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So let's see. What can HJ do to wrap this cycle up with the attractive man? All right. That was 3. We'll take it. Yep, just like that. 7 of Swords, Page of Wands, the Lovers. Eesh. 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 I don't want to say you might have to lie. That's not right. But like that's the initial feeling. You like the initial feeling might be I can't shake this. This feeling of lie. And I'm quoting here when I do this, lie. Because I don't encourage lying ever. Like little white lies that we tell people to get through the day to avoid drama and shit, fine. But like big lies, like deceptive things, I don't agree with. But that's kind of what this feels like. This feels like maybe you might have to tell him, maybe not. Maybe it's not that. There's something about tell him something to deflect, is what this feels like. Tell him something to deflect. Deflect the conversation, deflect his energy, something like that. Because I feel like he's also very interested in the chase, right? So what he cannot have, it's like, I want it more. Well, and it's like, maybe you've already told him, we can't have anything until you're serious. We can't have anything until you get out of those lower 3 and you open up your heart chakra for me. You open up your third eye chakra. You got to open that shit up for me before we can even do anything together physically. You may have told him this already. But if you did, I feel like he's not responsive. He's just like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I just want you. It's very strange. The 7 of Swords is very weird to me. It might be, I don't want to say, although sometimes that's what it is. Oh, is that the lie? Go ghost? Because 7 of Swords can be a ghost situation. 7 of Swords can be chuck a deuce, act like you're not around when you absolutely are around. Become unavailable to him. But again, he's like a dog with a bone. I want what I can't have. So maybe the go ghost is like, this is too much. And I said that in the general collective love and romance thing. Like maybe you tell him like, I got a guy, I got somebody, even though you ain't got nobody. I don't subscribe to this, but like that's kind of this feeling of like you have to present yourself as being preoccupied or no longer interested in him as a choice, because pages are exploratory energy, right? Fire sign energy, exploratory energy, Gemini energy there again with lovers. So exploring options, exploring choices, and that might not be what you've actually done. Maybe you have been so fixated on him for the past 4 years or 3 years or however long it is, and you've kind of ignored other options, ignored other choices. And now maybe the answer is to date around, see who else is out there, and be verbal with him with it. Like, tell him, I went on a date last Thursday. Maybe he'd be shocked. Maybe all of a sudden his little soldier is like, boom, you went out on a date with someone else? I don't like that if it's not true. But if you're interested, and maybe it's not like that. Maybe it literally is, I need someone who's more serious. I need someone who's more open in these other areas of life. You're simply not that person. And even if I'm not making a choice to go towards another mate, another potential partner, I'm making the choice to be single and away from you completely. Maybe that's what you tell them. Whatever it is, the 7 of Swords, maybe it's not a direct way, because I get the sense you care about this guy. You don't want to hurt his feelings. So maybe it's like, with euphemisms, with metaphors, you give him this information. Is the cycle over? I think it will be when you make a firm decision on what you want. If you want to engage with him continually, if you want to just have that passionate connection and have him fulfilled in his ways, and you're kind of like, I wish we had more of a bond in an emotional way. If that's okay with you, then that would be the choice you make. And then move into a next cycle with him or whatever. If you don't want that at all, and your choice could be to move on and be solo, despite what he's offering, which is passionate, which is exciting, which is, very sexually charged. I think it's a matter of the choice is yours. I hope that makes sense. All right. HJ, that is your reading for your love question. I hope that makes sense. I hope that's helpful to you. What a guy. What a guy. If you do engage sexually, take precautions. Potent. Potent. Oh, man. Oh, man. I do anonymous healings and the requests all the time. I'd be glad. Oh, cool. Thank you. Oh, wow, HJ. Well, we could do a barter. You know what I mean? So we'll talk. Obviously, I don't have your email, so if you look in the description box below on any of these videos that I have, reach out to me through email, and we'll just do like a barter. We'll do a 1-for-1. I'll do a session for you. You could do a session for me if that's cool with you. If you're interested, because I would be interested, because I haven't done Reiki before. I've read about it and I've had people offer, but like it's always falling through. So I would be curious to see how it all goes down and everything like that. He sensed his heart chakra is blocked. So he compensated his connection through physical sexuality. He's avoiding certain emotions to circumvent emotional intimacy. Yep. This is why I've kept the distance in order to develop the physical. Yep. He's a professional athlete. He definitely in them lower chakras with that athlete. I want you a lot. I mean, did he say that? I got that bad. Hi, Rosie. Thank you so much for showing up tonight. Thank you for coming to the reading. I wonder if I'm supposed to heal his chakras to complete the cycle. Could be. I mean, what came out there? 7 of Swords, Page of Wands, and what was here? What was it? Page of Wands? Oh, jeez. Lovers. Maybe the 7 of Swords could be coming from his disinterest or disconnection from that, the whole idea of chakras, or the whole idea of working with his chakras or doing anything spiritual. So maybe that's what the 7 of Swords was about. And you, as the Page of Wands, pages are endeavoring for something, right? They're seeking to fulfill a quest, right? And by the way, you're not, well, I don't know about supposed to. You can only heal a person if they want to be healed, right? I mean, you could see that even in like, yeah, we could talk about it off stream, but I get the sense like he might not be wanting that. Like you said, there's a disconnect there, and even if you offer it to him, maybe that's where the 7 of Swords comes in. Maybe you make the offer, but you don't state it that way. I want to, unblock your heart chakra, or I want to work on, your past, trauma or something like that. Maybe you do it without stating it overtly. Maybe that's the 7 of Swords. A lot of possibility there. We'll have to talk a little bit about it off stream if you'd be into it. But happy birthday, Rosie. Your birthday is Tuesday, the 15th, another June 15th. Hey, that's twice. That's 2 June 15th tonight. Rosie, did you have a question for me tonight? If you do, I'd be happy to answer it. If not, we're going to be wrapping up in just a moment. So thank you again, Jackie. Thank you again, HJ, both of you for supporting the channel and hanging out tonight. Thank you to my good man, Amir, my number one mod. Always on time. Well, I shouldn't say always on time, but always here. And yes, Rosie. Yes. So, Rosie, once you ask your question, I will answer it. And then, presuming there are no questions after that, we will be wrapping up in a moment. But yeah, HJ, I would love to do an exchange with you. So just hit me up in my email. What is it? EmpathicFire Tarot 82 at Gmail. I should know. EmpathicFire 82. That's what it is. EmpathicFire 82 at Gmail. I should know that by heart, but I don't. I'm such a bad tarot reader. You don't have to be sorry about being late today. I am always very happy, very glad, very appreciative when you or Nicole show up. If neither of you show up, that's totally okay. You guys have your own lives. Oh, man. So, for those who have had their birthdays already, or, whatever, whether you've had it already or not, what did you do to celebrate? I usually take at least my actual birthday day off of work. I hope I could take several days off this year and just do what the hell I want to do, which is often nothing. So that's what I like to do. But if you guys do something else for your birthday, please let me know. Or you did something else, did something amazing or not so amazing, whatever. I can't wait to have a good shelf. If anybody has like a lead on like a tarot card holder, like a box, like a section box that I could put all these cards in and just like reach in and pull them out instead of like, because I'm very like, I don't know where this comes from in my chart, like all this organization, but certain things that I have, I like them to be organized and I like them to be kept in like a certain order, or like, just a little OCD about it, just a little bit. Will I ever find my true love? I'm not taking my birthday off. I'm gonna be at work. Well, Rosie, I understand. Sometimes we can't get the time off, but whenever you do get free time to celebrate yourself, I hope that you do. Now, for your question, will Rosie ever find her true love? Let's ask a tarot deck or two. We're only going to ask one tarot deck. For Rosie, will she ever find her true love? Ooh, okay. Santa Morte. Let's do it. For Rosie. Ooh, 2 hours. Geminis. You guys got me talking tonight. Is Mercury still in retrograde? I'm terrible. I haven't been up on the astrology for months. But I know, I'm pretty sure we're still in a retrograde, right? Anyway, I've been super chatty tonight with you guys, which is cool. I hope you guys don't mind it. Anyway, for Rosie, will she ever find her true love? For Rosie, please. All right. I got really tense for a second, my jaw. That was really weird. Ooh. Santa Morte in the side position. Mm. 2 cards in the side position. Very interesting. Santa Morte, aka Death side, Knight of Wands side position, and the Ten of Wands side position. So Death card, Scorpio energy, Knight of Wands, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Could be dealing, but you don't have to be. Rosie, I see the desire, Knight of Wands. You do want it. But at this moment, I feel you're thinking about, looking at, focusing on energetically the wrong things. 10 of Wands, side position. There is burden there. There's struggle there. I hate using this word. It's not one of my favorite words to use in the world. Suffering. There's suffering there. And you're looking right at it. You know, the orientation on the table is like this. When I'm looking down, this is what I see. Right? And so knights journey, they move, and they have a mission. They have something they want to accomplish or experience, see, witness. And you're witnessing, experiencing, focusing energetically, subconsciously perhaps, on some unresolved burden, some unresolved, unfinished business that was hard for you. Past relationships, personal struggles, personal strife, and things that insecurities, perhaps, past trauma, perhaps, of any type. And it's halfway done is how it feels. Pardon me, meaning I just feel if you could face the other way, go this way, where the Santa Muerte is, the death card in the side position. Like either, we could read it either way. Either you're not facing the transformative process that you need to go through, you've turned away from it, you've never faced it before, or it hasn't come into your reality yet in order for you to kind of quote unquote mature. I don't want to say mature. How can I say it? I mean, they're showing me like, you know, the story of the caterpillar. The caterpillar goes into the cocoon, goes through the chrysalis process, right? And then emerges as a butterfly. That's a death process. That's a death and rebirth process. So you haven't done that yet, or it's halfway there. You're facing away from it, or it's still, you're in that, you know, cocoon phase where you haven't emerged on the other side as a butterfly. So what I'm seeing here is Knight of Wands, full of passion, full of desire, full of wanting to see the world and experience everything and meet new people and do all that stuff. But on either side, there is work yet to be done. So you have to focus on you at this time, Rosie. You have to, you know, cliched as it is, you have to love yourself first, fully. Be excited on your own, whatever that means. Excited on your own, or enthralled on your own is another way they want me to say enthralled on your own. Now, this is not to say that you hate life or you don't enjoy people or that you're a miserable person. No, not at all. But it's like fullness. Fullness. You see the Santa Muerte? See how she's full with pregnancy, right? Fullness. So you need to be full, complete on your own, then you can have the true love, is what that feels like. This is a very intense and what's that? Hefty is what they're giving me. This is a big ask of you, spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally, all the ways, right? But to answer your question, with the work done, I think it would happen. I'm not seeing or sensing that it's around the corner because these are inside positions. So it's giving me developing. Developing could be 2 weeks. Developing could be 2 years. Developing could be 30 years. I have no idea. So it's a work in progress. You are a work in progress. We all are, by the way. It's not just you. Everybody's a work in progress, right? But I'm sensing for you. Now, I don't know that that would be what you'd want to hear. But again, looking at the artwork that's on this card, your true love in this life, because love is not romantic. Love is love. Love is not only romantic, love is not only platonic. Love is, to me, one of the more complex things to understand as humans. So your true love could be a child, and that might not be what you want to hear, because I'm assuming what you meant was a romantic partner. But because of the artwork on that card, your true love in this life could be a child, whether it be your child, someone else's child, someone you adopt, someone that you mentor. I don't know. And that, the universe, God, whatever you believe in or don't believe in, doesn't rate romantic love greater than other forms of love. They're all the same. So when you say, will I find my true love? Could be a child. And you could have that true love. But again, I feel this is a work in progress. So I'll clarify, or I'll ask a little bit more of a specific question here to see what they have to say. So in terms of Rosie's romantic love life, will she find her true love? Is her true love a romantic true love? Something like that. I think they'll understand. Will Rosie find her romantic true love? Is her true love a romantic partner in this lifetime? And that's just on the illustration. Each deck has different interpretations, and so they wanted me to choose this deck for you. So there could be a really deep reason for that. But let's see. Ooh, the Tower. Is Rosie's romantic partner her true love? Is her Queen of Swords in reverse? And the Seven of Wands in reverse. Okay. Tower, secondary major. This is also for Scorpio. So Scorpio and Aries. Queen of Swords in reverse, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and then the Seven of Wands. I get the sense that that's not the answer you wanted. And that's okay. That happens often in tarot. We will hear and see things that we don't want to hear. But I get the sense that romantically speaking, you might not have a true love in the way that you're conceiving it, in the way in which you are currently interpreting that term. And that's okay. I get the sense that your true love is within both you as a singular person, and presuming you are a female by the name of Rosie, within, again, what you can create with your physical body, aka another life, a child. Tower, Queen of Swords in reverse, and the Seven of Wands. If it was a person in a romantic sense, you would be dealing with a person who is starting off from nothing, or has had a reset in their life, has had a rough go of things in their life. As a Queen of Swords, this person, if it is a romantic person, a romantic potential partner, they may have had literally or figuratively the shit kicked out of them. They have been like, I don't like using this word either. They have been the victim of something. They have been degraded or abused in some type of way. And they are a fighter, but the fight may have been, again, beat out of them. I sense a person who has a lot of darkness, has a lot of different paths or different experiences with the different staircases here. Like at every turn, they've just been given rotten news, received rotten reactions, or just have dealt with rotten circumstances. It's a rough road for this person, or this is you. Because again, I said within. So this, I could be talking about you. Again, your true love could be you, or I don't know. So romantically speaking, if it's someone that you're interested in, or someone who comes across your path who you're like, oh, I kind of like this person, they would be very beat up by the world and the people and the circumstances that they've been involved with up until now, up until you guys meet. If it's not another person, which I think is a very high possibility for you, Rosie, you have been through this. And the salvation of it is self-love. The salvation of it is healing those past burdens and that past trauma, transforming through that. Scorpionic energy is about that. Plutonic energy is about that. And it's a hell of a story. Certainly not one that Hallmark would want to put on their broadcast, because it's not rosy. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean to make a pun on your name, but literally it's not a cheerful story here. It's not easy to do this. It's not easy to face this. It's not easy to realize these things and work on these things and accept these things and move past them and all that. But if it's you, the partner that you seek, or the partner that you might meet, or even the child that you bring into this life, or the child that you could help at this point, whether they're a friend of yours, your own child that you have now, again, someone maybe you mentor, a younger cousin, I don't know. But this is a story of a different type of love, not romantic love, is what it feels like, okay? I don't think that's what you wanted, but that is what came out. Okay. Rosie, I hope that helps you. I hope that makes sense. Again, I don't read comments while I'm reading the cards, so I could have been way off, but that felt like, boom, the cards were like, bang, that's the story. And that's the end of it, you know? Oh, man. Retrograde till the 22nd. Thank you, HJ, for telling me. Past traumas is my problem. I'm protecting my energy. My kids are my true love. Oh, my son is a Sag, and me and him are two peas in a pod. Yes, I created three. Oh, wow. I'm dealing with a Libra. He's been through the hoops in his life. Yes, I tell him Libra. Time I have, and I'm still healing myself. That's fine. I'm not mad. That's what I've been feeling. Okay. All right, good. I was like, I don't know if that's right or if that's exactly what you were going for. But okay, good. And I'm glad that your children are part of your true love. You know, and that's the other thing. True love isn't necessarily singular either. I didn't even touch on that in the reading, but you make a very good point. You've got more than one child, and you have a person of significance in your life. All of those people could be your true love. Because again, to the universe, to God, to whatever you believe in or don't believe in, there is no delineation amongst the individuals. Do you have a true love in your life? Yes. And maybe in the universe's eyes, the answer is yes. But in physical reality, maybe your true love is 68 people. And, you know, some of them are friends, some of them are family, some of them are people that you've built romantic relationships with, whatever, right? It's, to the universe, it's just like, yeah, you got true love. But in reality, it's like 68 different people. That's who you call my true love, which is, you know, hard for the human brain to calculate and even accept or even contemplate. But that's, again, universal truth. It's kind of beyond us in so many ways. So glad it gave you some insight. Glad it gave you some affirmation. With the Libra in particular, I don't remember what Libra readings have been about, but I think I could be wrong, for the June readings that I just did. I think there was some similarity between the Gemini and the Libra reading. I think I was connecting them in the Libra reading. I could be wrong about that, but it might be worth your while to check those readings out if you didn't do so already, Rosie, okay? All right, guys, we have been here for 2 hours. Gemini, you got a long one from me tonight, guys. So we are going to go ahead, and you're awesome. Your heart loves everybody. That's great. My heart does love everybody, but my brain doesn't always. My mind is very much like I'm a complex emotional person. I'm an Aquarius moon. It's a whole thing. But anyway, so my heart loves everybody in its very critical, very like almost too rational way sometimes. But anyway, guys. Thank you, Rosie. I appreciate you guys, and I love you guys too for hanging out with me tonight. Mr. Android, again, I thank you for your mod. We're probably about to have a chit chat, so I will talk to you in just a moment. And to everybody else, I thank you all so much for coming out tonight. Again, if you want to get at me for a personal reading, information is down below. HJ, if you're still here, if you're watching this later, if you come back to it, hit me up in my email and we'll talk and we'll discuss. Thank you all so much. Gemini, I'll be back soon with the mid readings for you guys. And for this particular reading, I'll see you in a year. Take care, guys. Have a good one. Bye.